Good day, movie fans. I'm so happy you decided to watch today. My name is Paul Dulong, and welcome to another episode of PNT Cinema Talk, the only online movie show where after you watch, you actually feel a little bit prettier. Well, there's a lot of stuff to do today, so let's just jump right into it. Alright, first up today is a topic I wasn't sure I was even going to talk about at all, because it right now is only a rumor, but that is Disney is suggesting that J.J. Abrams may be coming back to direct Star Wars Episode 9. This is just a rumor, it's not confirmed, but let's just talk about it as if it is true for now, just because enough people are talking about it that it's most likely going to be true. Personally, I think it's kind of a mistake to lock anyone in until the crowd gets a chance to see Episode 7. I mean, don't get me wrong, I have a love-hate relationship with J.J. Abrams. Like most of his movies, hated all of his TV. But yeah, his last movie, Star Trek Into Darkness, was one of the worst things ever created, and is a total abomination of film, in my opinion. That was the fourth film he's ever actually directed, and it was his worst. His first three I actually didn't mind, which was Mission Impossible 3, the original Star Trek, which I thought was awesome, and Super 8, which was okay. I mean, if this is true, it does show that Disney has a whole lot of confidence in J.J. Abrams. I mean, Episode 7 has wrapped up filming a few months ago, so they're well into the post-production process of adding all the special effects and such. And they must be really impressed with what they're seeing. So that's good. I'm happy. I'm happy that they think he's doing well enough to bring him back, but I feel kind of bad for Rian Johnson because he is the guy who's directing Episode 8, and he was also the guy who was supposed to do Episode 9 as well. But hey, if they're loving what JJ's doing, maybe it'll be good. I remember catching a lot of crap when the first Star Wars teaser was released because I didn't think it was good at all. I thought it was horrible, but when you say something bad about anything Star Wars, boy, you get attacked. You get attacked by people who just don't know how to think for themselves. That's their right. If they want to blindly like anything with a logo on it, that's their business. Me, it takes a little bit more than a little bit of Star Wars music, the Millennium Falcon, and a lens flare to get me excited. Half that trailer was black screen. Sorry, I don't care yet. Anyway, that's all the amount of time I'm going to spend on a rumor. If Disney actually confirms this, I'll go into it in more detail. J.J. Abrams, whether you love him or hate him, he's here to stay, I guess. And he's not that bad, but he's not that great either. I'm sick of the lens flares. Stop it. Move on. Okay, and speaking of moving on, topic number 2. Alright, so a new trailer for Insidious Chapter 3 came out this week. I don't know why they call it Chapter 3, considering it takes place before Chapter 1. It's kind of confusing, but nonetheless, the trailer is here, and what do we think? What do I think? Well, I'll tell you what I think. It's not bad. Not great. I'm not just a huge fan of superhero movies. Deep down inside, I know that I'm a big fan of horror movies as well. I've never been a big fan of the PG-13 rated horror movie. I find those a little bit lazy, but they have been getting better slowly and slowly. It doesn't always have to be about the blood and guts, as long as the atmosphere is genuinely scary. And I don't mind Insidious for that. I like the first one a bit better than the second. The first two were directed by James Wan. This one is actually going to be directed by the writer/creator of the whole movie series. His name is Lee Wanell. Sorry, I had to stop there just in case I murdered his name. Yeah, so he's also an actor. He played Specs in all 3 movies. He's one of those paranormal investigators that go there with the lady there. He's the one with the glasses, Specs, yeah. So he's the creator of the series. So it's kind of interesting to see what he can do with it. It's his baby after all. No one knows that world better than him because he's been writing it this whole time. The trailer did seem to show a lot of jump scares. I don't mind jump scares per se. I don't mind them when there's something there. If there's something there, it's okay. What really pisses me off is when there's a jump scare and there's nothing there, or it's just one of the characters' friends that walks out around the corner. I hate those. Those are terrible. They do not do a service to your horror movie. But if there's a jump scare when there's actual monster or ghost or whatever your horror movie is about is there, that's okay, because I don't mind that. I like being scared for a reason, not tricked into being scared. What do you guys think about the Insidious 3 trailer? Or do you have any interest in seeing it at all? Please let me know in the comment section below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Next little piece of news is one I find a little bit sad. It is officially announced that there will be no sequel to Dredd. While screenwriter of Dredd, Alex Garland, was off promoting his new film Ex Machina, which looks awesome, by the way. Of course, he was asked about the Dredd sequel. Is it going to happen? Is it not going to happen? Because fans really seem to want it to happen. And the answer is no. That movie lost the studio over $35 million. It is just not going to happen. And, you know, God bless all the fans that are signing the online petitions, but they do not work. That will never work. A petition doesn't get movies made. That doesn't handle the significant financial investment that comes along with making a movie. Maybe if you started a Kickstarter campaign or something and gave the studio back its $35 million loss, then you could move on to funding a new Dredd film. I mean, hey, I get it, man. I loved Karl Urban in that role. He rocked it. He rocked it. You know, and he never showed his face, his full face. Just like in the comics, right? You never saw Dredd's face. So whatever the Sylvester Stallone's movie was about back in the 90s, that wasn't Judge Dredd to me. It was okay, but God, Rob Schneider just ruined that movie. My God. Anyway, ultimately I think it was the marketing of that film that killed that film. Because the very first trailer of Dredd was god-awful. I hated it. I saw that film much later, after it had come out on Blu-ray, and I loved the movie. It was much better than the trailer made it seem. But, you know, the studio has no one but itself to blame, because they should have put out a better trailer. They should have got people excited. Instead, they turned people off, and the film paid the price, and now the fans have to pay the price. So sad. Moving on. Okay, next bit of news I'm actually somewhat happy about. The upcoming movie Mad Max Fury Road is officially now rated R. Alright, it's rated R for intense sequences of violence and very disturbing images, and that makes me very happy because the very first two Mad Max films with Mel Gibson were rated R. The third one, Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome, was rated PG-13, but they might as well have rated it Z. What a boring friggin' movie. No wonder it killed the franchise. I know a lot of people like that one. I'll never understand you people. The action sequences they've been showing in these trailers so far just look amazing. This film is potentially going to be a surprise hit. I hope to God it is. I want to see more movies that look like this. As for Tom Hardy in the role of Mad Max, this may be the role that he plays that finally wins me over. I didn't really care for him too much in The Dark Knight Rises. I thought that movie was the worst thing that Chris Nolan ever made. It really was pretty bad. It did not seem like Batman at all. It was so bad. Especially the last half of that movie. A lot of people get mad at me for saying that movie's bad. Oh well, that's fine. If you want to like it, that's your business. I do not. And I never will, because as a Batman fan, it offended me. It offended me so much, but this news isn't about that movie. It'll just make me mad to keep talking about it. Let's talk about Tom Hardy. This is his role. This is the role that's going to make him bigger. You know, it's going to happen. And he's going to be alongside Charlize Theron. That woman can act. And I'm so excited to see their on-screen chemistry. I hope to God they have some. But it looks like it's going to be a good movie. I'm definitely going to check it out. So what do you guys think? Are you guys going to check out the Mad Max movie? Do you think Mel Gibson is going to cameo in it? Do you guys think Mel Gibson should just never be in a movie again? Personally, I think he should be, you know. Everyone makes mistakes. Let's keep going. The guy can bring it. Alright, so a new TV spot for Avengers Age of Ultron hit the net, and the television, of course, and I almost didn't watch it because I am tired of these trailers. I don't want to see more of the movie. I want to see the movie. However, against my better judgment, I did decide to watch it, and thankfully it didn't give away any pivotal scene moments, so yeah, it was awesome. It was very awesome, but please, Marvel, please, Disney, stop. Do not show us anymore. If people aren't going to go see Avengers by now, they have no intention to go anyway. I do not want to see these movies ruined beforehand. Just like the mistake you made with the first Avengers. That one shot you showed in every trailer of the Hulk catching Iron Man ruined that moment. That would have been like a yeah moment in the theater, and you took it away from us. So don't do that anymore. Keep on the track you're going with this advertising campaign. Just stop making trailers. We are going to see the movie. Do not worry. People are going to see Avengers. Anyway, enough about Avengers. My ticket's already bought. I just want to see the movie. That's all I want. I don't want to see any more peaks. I want to go in, experience the movie, and just have the type of fun that they intend us to have with that film. Alright, so some interesting casting news for the Deadpool movie has also landed this week. Very excited about what I'm hearing about this so far. I'm sure I'm going to murder this poor lady's name, but Marina Baccarin has been cast in this film. You may know her from shows such as Firefly, Homeland, and she's currently playing Dr. Leslie Tompkins on Gotham, and I love her in that role, so I'm all in for this. It has been announced that she'll be playing a character known as Vanessa Carlyle, and if you know anything about the Deadpool comics, you'll know that that's aka Copycat, which is Deadpool's love interest, before he becomes Deadpool, and kind of just rips him off as a mercenary after the fact. But they still always have a little bit of a something going on the side. Her being cast in this role just makes me happy. I'm so happy. I mean, this is a woman I definitely want to see get bigger in her stardom because she is talented, she's so beautiful, and the fact that she's hanging around a lot of superhero and geek projects really sings to me. So yeah, I'm all in for this casting news. So add her along with Gina Carano playing Angel Dust and TJ Miller playing Weasel, this is a good thing. And they are saying that Colossus from X-Men is going to be in this movie, although they have not casted him yet. And of course there's the Wolverine rumors, but we'll just wait and see if he pops up. Right now I'm kind of curious about who they're going to get for Colossus, because Deadpool versus Colossus, if it's a versus at all, would be interesting to see on the big screen. So yeah, this news makes me very excited for Deadpool. How about you? Does this make you more excited to see Deadpool or less excited? Please let me know. I'd love to hear what you think. And that brings me to the last topic of the day, and it's kind of a fun one as well. Joseph Gordon-Levitt has decided to both produce and star in an upcoming Fraggle Rock movie. Anyone my age certainly should know what Fraggle Rock is, and depending on how you felt about the Jim Henson Company back in the day will determine your level of excitement. Personally, I think this is great. I've always loved the Muppets. I've always loved Sesame Street as a child. The Muppets kind of carried over into adulthood more so than Sesame Street. But Fraggle Rock, that was a great show, Canadian show too, by the way. Hey? And the fact that these characters are going to see the light of day on the big silver screen kind of makes me happy. It speaks to the child in me and just puts a smile on his face. So, and it's great because a lot of kids nowadays have no idea what Fraggle Rock is. So there's a good chance to introduce those to future generations while the parents just sit back and enjoy the nostalgia. But hey, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, let's just talk about him for a moment. Can this guy do anything wrong at the moment? I do not think so. Even though I also make fun of his role in The Dark Knight Rises as well, hey, he acted okay in it, but that role just shouldn't have been in there to begin with. That was a creative decision that I didn't agree with, not necessarily his acting ability. I mean, he's coming into his own, he's directing movies now, and he's getting more involved as a producer. This guy is all in when it comes to the business side of the movies, and of course, he's always having fun in front of the camera as well. And just to know that he loves Fraggle Rock as much as a lot of people our age do, that fills me with hope, because if you're a fan, that's step one to getting it done right. And yeah, I understand it's not always the case, but it doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt to have a fan that loves a property work on the property, because hey, it's better than having someone who doesn't love it. You know what I'm saying? If anyone in Hollywood has the right to choose what they do next, it's Joseph Gordon-Levitt. I mean, he's come a long way from Third Rock from the Sun. This is somebody who just brings it every time, and I want to see what he does with Fraggle Rock. There's great storytelling there, and it's a great thing for young kids to enjoy, but still possibly learn and feel emotions with as well. So yeah, very excited. What about you? Are you excited for Fraggle Rock? I hope so. If not, tell me why. I'd really love to hear your answers. Alright, so that was a lot of topics for today. I kind of ran through them very quickly. Yesterday there was no show because there just wasn't enough news at the time I normally like to film. Usually my mindset is film in the morning, edit in the afternoon, and then upload. So whatever news I don't hear about by noon usually means it's not going to be talked about on the show that day. If you made it all the way to the end of this video, I thank you very much. I know that people who are watching, YouTube says they're not watching the whole thing, which is fine, I understand, I gotta prove myself. There are better people out there right now, but I'll get better. I'll match them. You just wait. You just wait. Anyway, as always, my name is Paul Dulong. If you want to ask me any movie type related questions, you can tweet me at Paul_Dulong on Twitter. Or you can also write me at pntpictures@gmail.com. Just make sure the subject title is Cinema Talk Questions. Alrighty. Well, that's all for today. I will see you again soon. Have a great day.